What's up, people? Welcome back to another explanation video. This time I'm gonna go over Dagger, things to know. That being said, let's do this. Okay, so the first dagger I want to talk about is the Vein Shredder. The Vein Shredder is good for buffing, which includes the Tiger's Resolve. That is one of the best DPS buff that you can get in this game. So yeah, like I said, you can get that from the West boss. It's the normal rank, not the extreme. If you beat the boss, open the chest, there's a chance you will get this. Also, this dagger is pretty good for DPS actually because the Cyclone uses Dex and Agility. This dagger can be DPS version as well for early game. You know, you can use this to do the normal raid and other stuff. I mean, not normal raid, extreme raid as well. So yeah, like I said, if you want the dagger buffer, yeah, pick up that dagger with the Tiger's Resolve, which is actually frequently used. Now we have a couple, different, weapons that has Tiger Resolve on different type of weapon users. So you don't see as many dagger nowadays as it used to be back in the day where Tiger Resolve only exists on the Vein Shredder. So pretty much everybody will be running 3 dagger users or 4, including yourself if you want to use dagger. So other than that, yep. So I'm gonna move on to the next dagger that I want to talk about. So the next dagger I want to talk about is Silica's dagger. Now the Silica's dagger is actually really good since they made the update for the DLCs and stuff. This thing goes up to 400. I mean, the Silica's chapter's boss, the Ancient Apostle boss, the Gleamite goes up to 400. You'll get this version of dagger at 300 plus. So you'll have the Wit's End and the Shadow Hands plus. Shadow Hands plus gives you 15% more special accuracy. Wit's End, you know what Wit's End is, really. I mean, this thing is on the dagger now. Silica's dagger has extremely high special accuracy. So the only thing is missing is the accuracy. I mean, I'm not talking about the dagger accuracy, I'm talking about like the dex accuracy. That's what is really missing. The accuracy she have right now is capped. At a 90 something, it's capped. So the only way you can get more accuracy is from the dex. Which the only flaw about this dagger is that it does not have dex. If that has a dex, yes, this will be a perfect debuffer dagger. So other than that, yeah, you can still set it up for debuffer pretty easily. Like I said, like the special accuracy goes up to I think 40 something maybe. I don't remember what it was. 40 something special accuracy, and then you upgrade it, and then you do the bond, or was it 30 something? I don't remember. Is this 30 something or 40 something? I don't remember. Like I said, the special accuracy. But when you do the bond, you have to include the bond as well. So either way, it caps out at 100 when you get the base at close to 30 something to 40. So you don't have to get like the maximum special accuracy because it will cap at the 100 special accuracy. So that's why, some weapon has base 100 special accuracy. It's really not necessary. The other weapons can have it too, but they have the bonds to get there. So you just won't see the number as 100, but the bond gives more special accuracy. The next dagger I want to talk about is Riona's dagger. I mean, not Riona. Riona does not have a dagger. The Phantasma. That thing is really, really good. It's from the desert. I'm gonna show you guys where to get that. You come down here in the DLC map, there's an enemy here. You'll kill it, and then there's a chance you'll get that dagger. It's not always guarantee a fixed stats, because it's not. So you're gonna get varied stats. What you really need to looking for is the dex, and the accuracy, and the double passive, and the special accuracy, which is gonna be a little bit hard to farm. Not gonna lie, this dagger is actually kind of difficult to farm because there's too many RNG involved, there's too many different stats. But like I said, if you can get something good with a passive or decent accuracy, decent special accuracy, you can use it. It's okay, you know. Doesn't need a perfect version. I don't even have a perfect version, so other than that, yeah, Riona's Dagger is also a good debuffer Dagger. That on my Riona, not Riona. I kept saying Riona's Dagger because I always leave it on Riona. The next thing is XT 1000 Fold Knife. This thing is the DPS knife, or the dagger. This will replace, well, the one dagger I haven't said is the extreme version. Yes, you can use the extreme version. Get the strength and dex for the extreme version. It is really good. It will be a little bit less than this one, but the extreme version dagger can get you really far into the game, like no problem. I've been using extreme like dagger for a very long time. Since the XT gear came out, I switched to that because it's better. So this thing has like a Hawkeye plus, so that's really good because dagger already have plenty of accuracy. Plus that, oh man, and the tiger, I mean not tiger, the Reaper's Wrath. That's also good built in, so it is really nice. It has a good crit, good strength, good dex. So, yep, this is the DPS, the best DPS dagger at the moment in this game. Like I said, the extreme version is a little bit weaker than that, but you can pick up the extreme version too, because the only difference is that the extreme version that doesn't have is the Hawkeye. But the extreme version is much more difficult to farm for the stats. So get the XT version if you can, because that one is only, that has like I think a couple different versions. So you'll be getting this version, then you'll be pretty much set for the dagger. And yeah, like I said, daggers, there are many choices. Depends on what you're using and like who you're fighting and what you're fighting. As usual, there are 8 sword skills, and dagger has a lot of good sword skills. So the rapid bite is definitely one of the best DPS. The jump hits really hard, like it is really hard. So this is definitely the go-to DPS. Cross edge, not so much. It is good when I'm using that to fly across the map when I'm doing the when I'm like doing the XP farming or anything. I just use that to, you know, lock on enemy, use that, or instantly teleport you over there. Rapid ray, it's okay. Not much to talk about. Try Pierce. This is actually a debuff skill. If you can land it, but it uses a lot of special accuracy. It uses more than Wit's End, so it's not really necessary. If anything uses more than Wit's End, there's no point using it. But you can use it on like lower enemies. Like if the Wit's End cannot hit the enemy, the debuff from this thing definitely cannot hit the enemy. So if you want to use it on like a lower enemies, you can use that. That actually helps quite a bit, like the debuff. Try Pierce and then Shadow Stitch, obviously the infamous one, the most frequently used for the debuffer build, is to slow the enemy down. This is probably one of the best slow, you know, sword skill. So Armor Pierce is another debuff skill if you can hit it. It's the same as a Try Pierce. It requires so much special accuracy. It's not worth it at some point, but early game, no problem, use that if you have somewhat a decent special accuracy. Fey Edge, not much to talk about. Like I say, Dex and Vitality, really not good. And then the final skill, the Eternal Cyclone. Well, what else is to say about the Cyclone besides it's extremely OP? The only problem with this skill is that it's kind of slow. That's the only problem. You know, Dagger is actually slow, believe it or not. I mean, you might not notice when you have full speed, but without speed, oh my goodness, the Cyclone is actually really slow. So like I say, Cyclone is must have when you're doing the DPS build. And I think I have a note. Let me read it somewhere. I wrote it down. There we go. Try Pierce. It's a minus 15%, you know, defense. armor pierce is minus 50% defense. So that is huge. Like, I think armor pierce is the only one that actually minus 50%. If that thing hits the enemy, oh my god. Like, your DPS will go so much higher, like I said. But the only problem is it's really hard to customize that because we don't even have that much special accuracy to hit enemy on the higher like levels. Lower, you'll be fine. Like I said, if anything higher than Wits End, for like that cannot hit, you just forget about it. You won't be able to hit it with it. Okay, now let's get to the best part, customize. Now, customization, dex and agility. Mostly dex, so steel armor is a good choice, as usual, with the incarnation, down incarnation, and then the next thing will be the Forgotten outfit, the XT version. This will pure dex and agility, so there's really not much to talk about when the matching the adjustments. You can use Abyssal Clothes if you really want to. The normal, the normal version of steel armor would be still fine actually. The Black Light works fine, the Ragnar works fine, the Aberrant, it works fine. There's many choices, but when it comes to specific DPSs, like, yes, obviously there will be like better armor, depends like if you have it or not, but if you don't have it, those are the good substitution. But the really good DPS are steel armor and the Forgotten outfit, the XT version. Now when it comes to customization, I like to use the Ring of Tranquility, but you can use Abyssal Ring too. You can use double Abyssal Ring, double Ring of Tranquility, Azurized Boots, that gives like dex and agility. Yeah, so like I say, there's many things you can use for this, because you can simply customize dex only or agility only. So like I say, it's much easier to do dex because you always get higher dex over anything else. Other than that, Ring of Curses, like I said, that is optional. But like there's so many accessory you can use for dex and agility. You can pick either dex or agility or both. That's why there's many options. I'm not gonna tell people what exactly they need to use, because I'm just giving you guys what you could use. Like, there's many things you can use. Try it out. If you want to use what I use, that's fine. Other than that, if you want to try something different, go ahead. It works. But when it comes to specific DPS, not always work. Other than that, Shadow Stitch, this is a good, slow debuff. I have it for 4/4. If I want to use 3 or 4, then I will have it that on. Other than that, you'll use that for pretty much slow. And try Pierce, just another one to get to 3 and get to 4. Because you cannot have a same sword skill in here to reach 3 and 4. That's the only problem. So you have to pick a sword skill that's different. But whichever you pick is fine. But I like try Pierce. You can try other sword skill as well if you want to get there. It's not really for DPS. It's actually pretty decent for hazarding. So like I say, hazard incarnation and etc. Not much to set it up. Rapid Bite, dex and agility, you know what to do. It's exactly like the Cyclone, but this one has a higher agility, so make sure you customize more agility if it's possible. Other than that, yeah, that's the sword skills that I usually run with, and I probably will switch 1 or 2 here and there, depends on like what I'm doing and who I'm fighting. Okay, so there's one more thing about customization. I might as well go over it real quick. So when it comes to Shadow Stitch, you want the special accuracy and the accuracy, like I mentioned many times in the past, but I'll do it again. Like I say, anything that has a high special accuracy boost, put it on, and then you'll be able to land the slow. But Shadow Stitch also needs accuracy. It's not as much, but you do need accuracy to land, especially the Divine Beast, like the level 400. Yes, you do need really high, accuracy and special accuracy. Other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it for the sword skill setups, you know, for the debuffer at least. Like Riona's, I use the same. I mean, you've seen in many different versions that I use. Whoever, you know, when I'm using debuffer, I usually show the sword skills, so not much differences. Okay, so as usual, how good is the dagger? Whew. Like I said, dagger, it's OP. Like I said, you know, like ever since Extreme came out, if you watch my old videos or watch some other people's videos, it's all daggers. So this thing is extremely powerful. With that being said, simply because it has like a lot of accuracy, and you know, you can hit higher level enemies without worrying too much about accuracy. It's always a problem when it comes to accuracy for some weapons. The dagger, it has a really good DPS. Like the sword skills are really good. Like I said, it's good for DPS, but it is kind of slow, a little bit slow. That's the only problem when it comes to Cyclone. Other than that, basically buffer and debuffer. Like I said, you know, Tiger Result's been showing up there for ever since, you know, when introduced, long time ago. So yeah, either you see buffer from the dagger user or debuffer, like I shown earlier with the the sword skill customization with the special accuracy and accuracy. So most of the time I'll be using a dagger user to do my slow, as you can see in many videos, so that way the boss don't get up. That's the whole purpose of using the slow. Other than that, you know, you can choose whichever dagger user you like. There's so many dagger users in this game, so just pick one that you like and customize it. Set up buffer or debuffer, and then yourself, mainly DPS. Yes, you can use yourself as a buffer if you really want to, or a debuffer. Other than that, yeah, daggers, there are many ways to play it. It's really fun. Like I say, it's very OP. You can do everything with dagger in the game right now. Like, I mean, it always has been. But I'm hoping to see a dagger that's actually really good, like the divine version at some point. Yeah, if that thing shows up, oh my god, that's gonna destroy a lot of stuff, you know, without any problems. Like, most people run daggers, you know, ever since it was, you know, ever since it became like a meta, like, and then most people would use that to do extreme raid because they realized, like, they seen how powerful the dagger was, you know. Like the first time I cleared West and the East Extreme, I used the dagger, so that was just how powerful it was back at level 50. Because I was like, you know, nobody believed the dagger was that powerful, and then start using it, it was very powerful. So dagger's always up there with the dual wield, but the only problem is the dagger is a little bit slow. Other than that, it's really good. At the moment, it is actually still really good, but in order for this weapon to get like OP, they need to introduce something more powerful in the future, hopefully. Other than that, yeah, like I said, if you want to look for another OP weapon to use, Dagger. Dagger is another OP weapon to use, where you will see a lot of people running it, besides the other weapons. Alright people, I hope you guys enjoy it. Next time come back, I got a few more, so whichever's left. Other than that, yeah, hope you guys enjoy it. Until next time.